Welcome to another episode of Our Horse in the Middle of Our Street. I'm Tim, and with me, as always, are the best people on the planet, Anonymous Alex and Jenna. How are y'all this week?
Yeah. I'm sleepy.
Yeah, me too.
It's been hot.
It's like 8,000 degrees.
Yeah.
I think thunder just started outside.
It's been going outside here.
You sent me your thunder?
I did.
That sounds supremely sexual.
It did. It did. And we sent the thunder.
We also read a book.
Oh,
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah,
Yes.
I tried to
Yeah,
catch Jen
Tim.
off guard there.
You
yeah,
almost
Tim.
did.
Yep.
We did fucking read a book.
You tried
dick whistle.
so hard.
What did we read, Jenna?
We read Luck.
How much of Luck did we read, Jenna?
13 chapters. That's it.
So the first
Not more.
First half of Luck.
Yeah. Well, ish.
Yeah. Alex did send me death threats again because of where I chose to stop.
Yeah, it was an interesting place to stop. I did have to ask you where we stopped though, because I didn't stop, and I am 2 books ahead now. Sorry about that.
I am
She's not sorry.
so affronted. I have been livid having to stop at this point.
Yeah, you should be. Text me when you get to where I am, so we can
2 books from now?
Yeah, I'll stop. I'm not gonna read anymore. I promise. Fingers are crossed behind my back, but I promise.
Okay, well, what happened in the first half of Luck, Jenna?
All right. In the first half of Luck, Jules and Pete start their new life an hour north of Ocala in the butthole of Florida on a piece of rented property. Living out of one of their horse trailers with barely an electric fence to keep the recuperating Regina in, they seem to be working through the worst of their problems and on the road to contentment. Jules pays the bills by teaching lessons, yes, the thing she swore she'd never do in a million years, at a local barn, and Pete schools young and poorly mannered horses. They make time in their busy schedules to school their own horses at the barn that Jules gives lessons at, and they fix up their temporary digs, much to the chagrin of Pete, who insists that the digs are, in fact, temporary. We meet an intrepid new student of Jules, Lindsay, and things seem all around non-chaotic. Until Pete meets Rogue, a horse with a bucking problem. A horse he absolutely must have. A horse who belongs to a delightful 14-year-old girl. And Pete decides he will do anything to convince this kid to sell this horse that she loves. An offense that Jules takes particular umbrage with. Bum, bum, bum.
I learned something that I didn't know from your recap.
You did? Oh no, did I get some things mixed up?
Oh, no, not mixed up. I didn't know anything about the girl yet. Where we ended, Jules just has the bad feeling. And now I know it's a 14-year-old girl. I know her exact age, and now it feels more real.
Well, I might have spoilered that. Oops, I know.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
Cards on the table. I'm not going to let Jenna go down alone. I was listening to this book, going through, right? Just happy-go-lucky at work, listening to this, and I looked down and I was on chapter 15. And I was like, oh no.
That's why when I asked you, hey, where does this one end?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you because I was like, oh no, I went too far.
I see now I know, because I know her exact age. They meet the girl probably. I mean, I suspected. You could have texted me and said, hey, we're going to chapter 15 now. But no.
Yeah, but you had already threatened me at that point. So I couldn't back down. It would have been a sign of weakness.
You didn't threaten me. I just kept reading.
I didn't know, or I would have. I've followed the rules so precisely. And this is everybody betray me.
Yeah, did you meet Lindsay yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I told Jenna that we had met Lindsay, and then I thought about it afterwards, and I'm
We
like,
had.
well, I don't know, maybe we didn't.
I know
We've
I know
met
that one
Lindsay
for sure,
multiple times.
Yeah.
We met Lindsay multiple times. That's
I
totally
love
fine.
her. She's the perfect little goth baby. I love her.
Okay.
Okay.
Alex.
Oh,
I'm
sure.
gonna throw out some stuff that happened in this book, and you tell me if it happened or not.
What? And no, huh?
Is Danger Mouse up for sale?
Yeah, that happened like chapter 2, dude.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought. Okay. Has Jules come up with a plan for how to deal with the Danger Mouse?
Yeah, she's getting her goth social media manager, who's 16 years old, to run her donate $5 to get a parrot on the internet account.
Okay. I was worried. I was worried that had
Also-
happened in the last 2 chapters that I read. And I was like,
No,
oh
no,
no.
no.
What if I
No.
mention this and Alex doesn't know about it?
No, that happened way early on. But also, the Danger Mouse thing I knew was happening in this book because literally, like, page 1 was like, I'm just so lucky. I'm so lucky that
I know.
Yeah.
yeah. And I was like, okay, yeah, you're losing Mickey in this book for sure.
For sure.
Can we also talk about what happened on page 1 and
Yeah.
why Jules and Alex are the same person? Do you remember what the first line of this book was, Jenna?
No, I fucking don't. Are you kidding me? This was like
Yeah.
a month ago
was,
or more.
I don't know if it was the first line, but it was close to the first line. It was Jules waking up and saying, I had a dream about dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that was so Alex, right? And then later, a quote that I had to send Alex because it was so Alex as well was Jules saying, I needed to eat. I did not need to feel things.
And then what happened, Tim?
She went to hunt. No, she had a mental breakdown, and Alex's response to this was, if you're gonna say you're not gonna feel things, then don't feel things.
Yeah.
Like if
Wow.
there's negative empathy for a person to have, Alex has reached that point.
Nympathy.
Nympathy, yes.
I just think that you should do what you say you're going to do.
Yeah, I'm like, this person is worried about her horse. I figure if anything is going to trigger the empathy in Alex, it's that. But instead, Alex was like, shut up, we have to go hunt.
Well, I explained myself to you. I don't think I
did.
redeemed
You did.
myself, but I did explain myself.
What was the one? Oh, there was a line that I super related with. And it was, I don't remember the exact quote, so I'm not going to try and quote it. But the gist of it was, I am just as bad a person in real life as I am online. And I was like, yep. I like Jules. Pete, can we talk about Pete for a second?
Please.
Pete needs,
Therapy.
yes, but also like maybe a buddy.
That could work
If
too.
we're not going to go the therapy route, like, I don't know, go play a
do
round of golf
both.
and talk to one of your friends.
Both.
You need to let this stuff out.
Both.
Because Jules just was like, hey, how about we do this? And he just fucking unloads. Like everything that he had bottled up just comes right out on her. And I'm like, okay. Like I'll side with you a lot of the time, Pete, because a lot of the things are ridiculous that happen here, but I can't with this one, man. Like, you can't just be going all off and exploding on people. We gotta get you something, man. I don't know. Find a buddy to talk to or something, because you can't be doing this.
But as soon as he did that, I was in love with Jules' response to it, which was basically,
Yes.
I am the captain now. Look at
Yes.
me.
Oh yeah. God, that was so good.
Her response was fantastic. It was like, okay, I need to be careful what I say. And then right out of her mouth was like, Pete, don't be an idiot. And she's like, oh, all right. maybe
Wasn't careful.
rework that one a little bit. But yeah, that was her response. Is just like, you know what? You're worried about stuff. That's fine. Let me handle shit.
Yeah.
And like, she didn't get mad at him or anything, really. Like, even though he was, in my opinion, horrifically out of line, like to the point where I felt secondhand embarrassment for him.
Yeah, but like, but she's constantly doing that shit. Like, she's constantly just kind of shooting from the hip. So I feel like when he does that, she's kind of like, I recognize in you some things that I may have.
But she does little lightweight shots. And he came in with a tank, like, I feel like he just like, and it was like, you know what, if this stuff is bothering you, Pete, maybe mention it before now. Maybe, I don't know.
I feel like typically when Jules does it, she's thrown those little barbs, right? Like she's been like, okay, this is a thing. Okay, this is a thing. I'm letting you know this is a thing. And then when it breaks down and she has her little like meltdown moment, you saw it coming. Like, you saw it coming.
And it wasn't, I don't know, it just didn't feel like quite the attack on Pete that this felt like on Jules.
Yeah.
Like, this felt worse to me.
Yeah.
I mean,
know?
It was, right? Because like the attacks on Pete, like that, like what Jules normally says is normally something that's at least partially grounded in evidence. But when Pete let loose, he was just like, hey, there's been no evidence to this, but you blame me entirely for losing Briar Hill and ruining your life. And she's like, what
like,
now?
Bro, stop projecting.
Yeah. That's exactly what it was. He was like, quit coming up with stuff to do because you hate me because I lost Briar Hill. And she's, what?
I thought I was just accepting her fucking situation, but okay.
Yeah, exactly. And just,
and that's what she's done every single time something has happened is she's accepted the situation and moved forward with it.
Yeah.
And he sits and fucking sulks.
Which I took umbrage with fucking Alex over there being like, ice cold, man. He needs time to mourn. And I'm like, no. Her reaction, correct. Sitting and mourning, so incorrect.
He needs time to mourn, yes.
Yes.
But her reaction, also still good.
Yeah, no, like, agreed. She wasn't wrong. Like, that's correct. But also Alex wasn't
Jules
wrong
did
in that.
nothing wrong.
People need to adjust to their situation the way they adjust to their situation, and that's the way Pete does it. But also Pete
don't
needs
be a dick.
Yeah. You can't just fire off at Jules because you lost your farm.
You can say, hey, I'm having a hard time, and it's taking me a while to work through that. And that's okay. If you say those things, that's fine. Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. It's not grounds to be a dick.
Can I tell you that I really like Lindsay?
Oh, I love Lindsay.
I do. Like, she's a dick.
In the best way.
She's but she's fun. And when Alex refers to Lindsay and Jules as a horrible power couple or whatever it was, a nightmare power couple.
Nightmare power couple.
Yeah, that was pretty fantastic.
Can I say I'm really scared? And you guys who have read Into the Future, I know, already know how this resolves, I'm sure. But I am so scared that Jules has not recontacted either of Mickey's owners to be like, hey, my plan is to raise funds to buy him. Because as soon as that fucking hits the internet that like, oh, Jules is looking for money, other people are going to know that Mickey's up for sale and come in with offers, as opposed to making like an exclusive, like, he's not on the market, I'm raising money so he can stay with me, let me get the funds. Like, I'm very scared, and I know how this is going to go south, and I don't understand how neither of them have seen how this is going to go south.
No comment.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
no
because I'm right.
Comment. No comment.
Because I'm right, though.
No comment.
I really like this book series.
Me too.
I know I say that every time, but I really do.
I really like this book series.
I'm really hoping that Natalie K. Reinert is at Rolex again next year, because I think we're planning on going, and I want to be like, can I buy all these and you sign them?
You know what's funny?
You have them signed already.
I do have them signed already because somebody, the website I bought them from said, "Hey, Natalie's going to be at this thing. I'm going to take them and sign them, have them signed before I send them to you."
And that
I was
was
like,
really amazing.
Yeah, neat.
Fuck off, Tim.
I really want this Amazon TV show to start.
Yeah, when is that supposed to be coming along?
You know, I don't know. I think we even looked it up one time, and I don't remember.
It's fine. I got to finish the book series first. Although I guess I'll probably be way ahead of where the series is at this point.
Yeah, surely, right? I'll be into Alex and Alexander by the time this TV show starts.
Dude, I walked into a Barnes and Noble this past weekend, and this series was like front and center at the store. Like in
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was like in one of the new up and coming series, and like there was a bunch. It was crazy.
That's awesome.
It was awesome.
Okay, I looked it up and I don't see it. But
Okay, yeah. It may not even have a date or anything yet. It may be really early still.
yeah.
I wonder if we could apply to be extras on the show.
Ooh, that would be great.
Yeah, I'd be like,
I
I
wanna
can
be-
ride a horse.
God dang it. Spoilers. Never mind.
What? What?
No, I can't.
I want to. No. Okay. I feel like one of you needs to attempt this.
I feel like all of us need to attempt this.
Yes, we all need to.
Stop giving me more work, Alex.
No.
It would be a weekend.
No. I mean, trying to get it. That's the work part. I'll do the work of being in the show. I don't want to do the work of applying or whatever.
Yeah, it's got to be
Auditioning?
like a
Yeah.
casting call. I don't even think.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like for this
would be
sort of
like a
thing-
cattle call thing.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like we could just be like, hey, we can all ride horses at varying levels, and then they'd be like, oh, you are at the front of the list.
So I drove past abandoned Kroger the other day.
Okay.
And the parking lot was slap ass full of like trucks and stuff. And I'm like, what is that about? And then I saw one of those little yellow signs that has the 4 letters on it that never means anything.
mean,
And I was
it
like, I
does.
know what that means. Yeah, I know what that means. That's telling the movie people where to go because that's where they're filming the movie. And so I got on the internet and I'm like, what movie are they filming at the abandoned ass Kroger? And it turns out they're not filming a movie there. They're using it as a base camp for filming a movie. The Madden movie
Oh,
about John Madden.
I didn't know they
Yeah.
were making a Mad movie. They're about to bring
Yeah,
hand
and-
turkeys.
They, they did not cast Frank Caliendo as John Madden.
we did talk about this. We did talk
We
about
did
this.
talk
We
about
did
this.
talk about this.
Because I think they cast Nicolas Cage or somebody like that as
Is this
as
football?
That's insane. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're filming that movie somewhere around here, apparently.
Nosh.
At an abandoned Kroger.
There better be hand turkeys.
How do you not know who John Madden is?
Yeah.
I said, is it football? I think I know enough.
She got you there.
Maybe. I'm gonna save that one for later where I ask a question and that question has like a little bit of the correct answer in it. And I'm gonna be like, I think I know enough. Actually, nope. Never mind. That's this entire podcast. This entire podcast is me acting like I know a tiny little bit about horses and saying, I think I know enough. I'm a horse girl now.
Accurate.
Yeah.
We don't gatekeep fandom.
And like Horse Girl is really about a sort of specific power of spirit.
Stallion of the Cimarron.
Yeah, exactly. That's Horse Girl. You get it.
Yep.
Horse girl is basically a power of spirit. Is how I'm going to describe this podcast to anybody who asks.
Nice. That's prescient.
Yes.
Irregardless.
Horse girl is a It's a state of being.
My favorite thing, I think, more than us having to describe this podcast, is anytime we are on like another show where someone has to describe what this podcast is about.
Oh, it is my favorite thing.
They're in such disbelief the whole time. They don't really know if what they're saying is true.
Yeah. And if there are other hosts, like hearing their questions about what it's about, and I just sit back and I'm like, no, you take this.
That's usually what I get is, this is Tim from the Horse Girls podcast. Tim, why don't you tell us what Horse Girls is about?
See, you have to start being like, no, why don't you tell me?
You tell me? Then it would turn into Patreon content, Alex, as though somebody were going to talk about an entire movie that they've never seen before.
But maybe nailed and have the entire plot handled.
Or
Horsegirls.club. Yeah. Or
I have 18 bullet points that I think will really wrap this up.
nice.
nice. I'll tell everybody to join the Horse Girls Patreon, and you can hear Alex tell us what happens in Field of Dreams, an entire movie she's never seen.
God,
And
I'm
I
so
can't wait for
excited.
this. I know.
I'm so excited. We have to do this with the Patriot too, right? Like, I want a full
I
dissertation.
feel like
Legally.
This is going to become a whole series, I think.
Good.
Yeah.
I ruined a whole ass man's evening with things that I said about the Patriot.
You know what?
So good.
Also, Alex, just out of nowhere, sends me this link to another podcast called Totes Recall. And she's like, look, they did an episode on trimmers. You should listen to it. And I'm like, okay, they did an episode of trimmers. I'll listen to it. Okay, there are a lot of things that are wrong in this world today. And there are a lot of complex situations going on. And I don't have all the right answers. And I know I don't have all the right answers. So I listen to people talk, and I don't typically get too worked up about anything. These people did not know Michael J. Fox's character's name in Family Ties. Well, they did.
How do you not?
You know what? I'll say that. No, they did. They just misspoke it. They didn't even get it wrong, really. They just missaid it. Instead of saying Alex
did
P.
they just call
Keaton,
him Philip D. Keaton the whole time?
they called him Michael D. Keaton. They just messed it up. They just messed it up. Okay, right. All these terrible things in this world, and I'm like, man, we gotta figure out a way, man. We all gotta figure out a way to get through it. These people, Michael D. Keaton, what the fuck is going on with you? They did, however, they did not know Fred Ward's name, which also got me fired up.
Rude.
Because, okay, so let me be fair. The concept of this podcast is they just start talking about something they watched 20 years ago, and then based off memory, and then they go watch the movie, and then they talk about the movie, and it's really neat, and they're really fun people. But apparently, I have a lot of buttons, and they pushed some of them while they were just talking about stuff. I don't know why these are my buttons and not, I don't know, important issues. But they did start talking about Fred Ward, and they did start talking about his likeness to John Bernthal, which is something I hadn't thought about before. And they did refer to Fred Ward as Bernthal Prime. And I have not been able to quit thinking about that for 2 days.
Yeah, you spread that to me, and I'm just like, I keep leaving it open on my phone because I'm like, I can't stop looking at it. It's so accurate.
It is.
Let's be honest, John Bernthal is a way better actor than Fred Ward ever thought of being.
Oh,
I love
have
Fred
you
Ward.
seen?
I love Fred Ward. I love Fred Ward. John Bernthal's better. Tell me he's not.
Remo Williams. Well, yeah, I mean, he's probably better. But Remo Williams changed me as a person. He was the dad in Sweet Home Alabama.
I know all of these things, Tim.
Actually, you know what? And they did. They went through Fred. I don't know why this is just. It's become the Totes Recall recap podcast. But
Totes recap.
Totes recap. They did They told the entire backstory of Fred Ward's life. Really interesting guy. Really interesting life. I didn't know any of that. I just knew that he made great movies.
Yeah.
Remo Williams.
This brings me so much joy because I have loved Totes Recall as a podcast for almost for 8 years, like for so long. And every once in a while I just like throw it out as a recommendation. This is the first time that anybody has ever taken me up on this recommendation, and I love so much that you got so infuriated that we spent an entire day. And like I kept telling Tim, I was like, you have to understand, like, this is the definition of like just like fat, dumb, and happy. Like, I don't know any actors. So when they start talking about, you know, Michael P. Keating or fucking whatever, I'm just happy as a clam because I'm like, I don't know who the fuck that is, and I never will.
No, I had a ton of fun listening to that. And they said that they tried to do a Tremors live show in 2020, but they couldn't, obviously, because of things. And I was like, they tried to do a Tremors live show. These are my people. Like,
They're so good. They're so good.
Yeah.
And they've done other live shows. It's so good. And I've been a patron of that podcast for so long that every once in a while on an episode I get a shout out. I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a fun show. I don't know why I just spent like so long talking about other
Because you were
Isn't that like bad form?
infuriated.
Isn't that like, aren't you not supposed to do that? You're supposed to like, it's like wrestling, right? You're supposed to ignore the existence of other podcasts.
No.
Never
If
speak
that
to
was
them.
the case, then none of our podcasts would exist.
Well, they don't while we're here.
No, they do.
Oh, wait, what?
I don't know.
So when we're actively recording, no other podcasts exist?
Yes.
Whoa.
And when people are listening to this podcast. Because that's what you do. Like back in the day, it's not like that anymore with wrestling, but it used to be you just never made any comment on other wrestling associations.
Associations
yeah,
I
but that
can
sucks.
get. Or do you
Yeah,
mean like associates?
No, associations. Like other, like, I don't know the word. Other than association, other
Like
r-
WCW
promotions.
versus
Promotions.
AEW.
Yeah. Yeah.
You would not speak of.
It makes perfect
Yeah.
sense because why would you promote the other guy's network?
Exactly.
Because we're all just one big happy family in the end.
Yeah, I think they realized
And
that,
life
like,
is better when you talk about the things you love.
they all like work together now. Like, I think they realized
Yeah.
that like wrestling people watch wrestling.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
because also they probably get more like clout and money when they're like, hey, headliner from this network versus headliner from that network.
Exactly what happened with Joe Henry's title.
See,
Joe
I
Hendry.
don't need to watch these things. I can see
No.
between the lines, man.
Yeah.
I know enough.
Just to be dangerous.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
The eventing series.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Everybody should be reading it.
Honestly, they should be. It's really good. Like,
You know what? Right
It's
now,
just
positive
really good.
protest.
positive protest.
Positive protest. Read this book. Just imagine me walking around with a little sandwich sign.
It's just the front
And-
cover of Luck and the back cover of Luck, and Tim's just wearing the sandwich
Yeah.
board walking around.
Yeah. Read this book. Read this. I'm not good at chants. I don't. I'm
That's
not
a
very
great
creative.
chant. What do you mean?
Yeah.
This penis party's got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. That's a great chant.
Did you think read this book isn't good because there's no hey, hey, ho, ho in it?
It doesn't grab you.
It's the only words I've ever wanted to hear.
You know what words I want to hear?
What?
Horse news.
Well, well, well.
Paul Blart rides again.
Have you ever heard of going off the rails a little bit?
You say that. I was going to say about me a lot, but I think you say it about yourself more than you say it about me.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
My horse news for today is that Casey had a dream.
Oh, okay.
Wait. Casey.
Our Casey?
D?
Our Casey, Casey D of KCD Studios, Animorphs Anonymous, Late Starters fame. had a
Okay.
dream.
Okay.
And I'm here to report on this dream. And I hope you're ready for this.
Locked in.
It started with insofar as is how Casey typed it to me. I'm not going to use that word. I just wanted you to know it was there. So Casey was having a dream that I was out of town somewhere and she got tasked somehow with taking care of Pony. And Pony was apparently giving her hell, was not listening to a single thing she wanted, as Casey said, defying me at every turn. And then Horse Girl Tim shows up and says, you need to channel Gerard Way and play it cool and pretend not to care. You need a shift in your attitude. And then Casey's like, I don't know if that worked out because my alarm went off. So I never got to see if Horse Girl Tim's advice worked out for me.
Why is Casey Dream Tim so much more wise than me, actual Tim, that sits here?
Maybe you just need a shift in attitude.
Is he? Because that sounds exactly like something that Tim sitting here in front of me would say.
Yeah, but he would say it as a goof. He would start off literally, you need to channel Gerard Way. Like, let me tell you something. I think I mentioned this last episode too, but sweet, precious baby angel Casey, go become a Horse Girls patron so that you can listen to that Harrow episode.
Oh my
Everybody
God.
needs to listen to that Harrow episode just for Casey's recap. I'm not going to tell you what happens.
Oh my God.
Just do it.
Secondary tie-in, Gerard Way, member of the band My Chemical Romance, is responsible for the Twilight novels because of, 9/11 soundtrack, Stephanie Meyer picking that up to write Twilight. So also Casey is on our Twilight episodes.
And fun fact, her pony's name is Gerard Ney.
Yeah. It all ties together.
Dun
all
dun
coming
dun.
together.
Conspiracy. Have I ever told you guys that I hate the phrase "fun fact"?
No.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay. I don't know why you're telling me this. We've already seen
No,
what happens
I
when people
mean,
tell me that they don't like
You
stuff.
use it anyway, so there's no reason. It just, yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Is it
I'm the
'cause
one who
it's, like-
just said it.
Not fun though? Like why? Why though?
Yeah, because a lot of people will say fun fact and then they'll say something completely mundane. And I'm like, that fact was just a fact. You could, hey, fact, that's it. You can just say that.
So what you hate is fucking liars.
I hate fucking liars. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you.
I dig it. I'm behind this. Fuck off, Tim.
He was about to fun fact us.
Tim is choosing violence. Maybe you need a change in attitude, Tim.
Yeah. Be like Gerard Way.
I feel like Gerard Way. I was Paul Blart a second ago because I had that fucking kick-ass segue and now I fucking lost everything.
Yeah.
Just like Paul Blart in the second Paul Blart movie. No, first one where he lost his wife and his child.
I've never seen those movies.
Well, do I have a Patreon episode for you?
Oh my God. Blurt girls.
Yeah, let's do a horse quiz.
Oh, you want to?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready?
No.
God, no.
Well, fun fact, this was the youngest horse to ever win the badminton horse trials.
Bruce Davison.
No.
The horse?
The horse. What was it Alex's joke? What was it, Bill 41? Bill 41 was the joke that you made or something like that. That was your mutant horse. Your Senator Kelly horse.
I vaguely remember this, but like it's so vague.
Badminton horse trials?
Yeah.
What is a badminton horse trial?
Oh boy. It's the big eventing horse trial that's like a week or two after Rolex, but it's in England. So like you kind of have to pick which one you're competing in, but it's another like
Okay.
5-star event.
So there's not a bunch of overlap of who's competing in each one.
Not with the same horses, but if they have a string, they might like split them up between Kentucky and England. So like I know, oh God, who's like Michael Young sometimes will do that if he has, it depends. But it's famous for having the broken bridge jump, which I think I could successfully do at least once. My goal is once because I think that that's good enough. But
I mean,
it's basically...
Yeah, it would be good enough, period.
It would be good enough to do it once. It's the coolest jump ever. It's basically you run up a bridge and then the bridge just abruptly cut off and you like jump down. It's like a 9-foot drop. It's crazy.
I thought they made horse diving illegal.
It's not diving. It's on the ground. They got to keep running after.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's cool as hell. And it's like super spooky because the horses have to like run on bridge noise, which is spooky to them. So they have to like be willing to go up and then also jump off the end of it. It's all very scary.
It's going to be a nope from me, dog.
Oh, I'm going to do it.
What's another fun fact about this horse?
Well, I'll go with more of the same fact. The then 5-year-old won the first year of the event
5?
in 1949. Yeah, 5. With rider John Shedden.
I cannot believe that you just said 5. I
That's-
don't know if that's old
young.
or young.
That's
I
really
just am
young.
going off of
that horse wasn't
Alex's
done
reaction.
fucking growing yet. How the
What'd you
fuck
say?
did they qualify? Did they start riding
Yeah,
him at 1?
They must have. Today, horses must be a minimum of 7 years old, Tim. And most
Okay.
of them are older than 10.
As they should
Would
be.
you say that
As they should
this
be.
horse is Michael Young?
No.
But with a J.
This is your new
Okay.
P like pterodactyl. Young.
Yeah.
J like young.
We were gonna make a movie called The Bechdel Pest. And
That's so funny.
right. I actually decided I was going to make a movie called The Bechdel Test, and it was just going to be you and Alex for 15 minutes talking about the Bechdel test, so that it like super meta passed the Bechdel test. But then that, because words, that broke down into the Bechdel Pest, which we decided would have been a good nickname for Jared Leto. And then there's
Shots
the
fired.
Bechdel Best, which if you're really good at including, I guess, women in movies, I don't know,
Well, I think
whatever you
what
decide.
we decided was
It's
the
a movie
Bechdel
with
best.
2 women in a lamp. And the lamp even has a use.
Yeah.
That's good. I fucked up then. I said it was an all-female superhero team.
That was
Ooh,
Bechdel's
okay.
Best, yeah.
Bechdel's best.
And they hung
yeah.
out at the Bechdel nest. Like, we had a whole day of this ridiculousness.
Nerds. I like it.
Yeah, the Bechdel Pest was just going to be this crazy, horrible fuckboy guy. And yeah, he's going to be the worst.
He just walks up to women in the office and he's like, "What do you even do here?"
Yeah, like that
And then
guy,
they kill
right?
Oh,
him.
you must be the secretary.
Ugh.
Then he goes up to this eventer and says, "Hey, you did a really great job training that horse." And then he's like, "I didn't train the horse. It's not even my horse. It's my partner's horse." And she walks up and he's like, "Oh, we did a great job delegating that work out to your partner."
So cool that you stayed and cleaned the house while your partner trained your horse. That's really helpful.
I did think for a moment that maybe we had played that up a little too much about how much that guy sucked. But then they went into it like in depth in this book talking
Yeah.
about how much that guy sucked. And I was like, nope, we got it.
He
we
really
got there.
sucked. He really,
Yeah.
really sucked.
Arby's.
You got the beef.
Yeah, that's what I was.
This horse smells like beef.
I have no idea
I hope it's freaking
Where to-
bats.
where to even begin with this horse's name.
Okay. Do you guys want to go?
To word association? Yes, I
Yeah.
do.
Okay. Tim?
Yes.
Okay. This horse has its name is two names. Okay. Its name is two words. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. What?
Potato.
It's not potato, but that's great. All right. So the first word is another name for a metallic yellow substance,
Gold.
but like then use it like if you were going to use it to describe something.
Golden.
Golden.
Yay! Huzzah! Good job. And then the second word is a tree.
Golden
Golden
tree.
oak.
Nope.
Golden.
Golden maple.
Nope.
Willow.
Yeah.
Okay. Golden willow it is.
Nice, nice.
dumb name.
Good job. It is pretty dumb, but
That's
whatever.
That is a Val Kilmer vehicle.
Okay.
Val Kilmer rides a tree?
Not anymore.
Oh,
Yeah, he's dead
too
now.
soon. Too soon.
It will always be too soon.
It will be.
If only he had a tombstone.
Oh.
You say it like it was a frozen pizza.
The cadence implies frozen pizza, but my words imply the movie. But it's also double meaning. He's dead.
It's just like when he
Wow.
said, I'm your huckleberry. All right. Are you ready for horse number 2?
Yes.
Probably not.
Horse number 2, well, maybe. Horse number 2 was a horse that excelled in the sport of eventing, primarily under rider Ian Stark.
Again.
Teddy O'Connor.
Another one I should. No.
Ian Stark.
No.
No, that was the name of the person. That wasn't a guess. I was trying to work
What if
my way
his
out.
horse's
from the
name was
name.
Tony Stark and it was Ian
That's
Stark
where I
and
was
Tony
going. I was
Stark?
like, do we go Game of Thrones or do we go Iron Man?
Well, considering I've seen Game of Thrones but never seen Iron Man, I chose Iron Man.
I also am not sure if I've used this horse before because you remember when my list got messed up and like all
Yeah.
the names got deselected? I haven't fixed it. And I won't.
I think that's fine.
It's
I
it's
don't think
protest.
we're going to get it.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fix it.
It's a
I don't think
positive
you should.
protest. Flip Wilson.
No.
Flipadelphia.
Flip.
That's a good
flip,
one.
Flipadelphia. We should play Flip Cup.
Oh, we should play Flip Cup.
I know I'm too old for it, but like we could do it with prune juice or something.
Hey,
We're never too old for Flip Cup.
we are too old for prune juice.
Are we?
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Why?
that's what
I'm
that's for the
not.
kids nowadays.
Is it? I thought it
for
was for
pooping,
the
Tim.
elderly.
Winter could be a horse name for a Stark.
Ian,
Okay.
freeze.
What was Gwyneth Paltrow's character's name?
In Game of Thrones?
No, in Iron Man. I'm bouncing back and
Oh,
forth now.
Penny?
No, it was with a P though.
It would be a
Peggy?
great horse. It would be a typical horse name, honestly.
It wasn't Piper. It was.
A typical horse name for this horse.
No. For
Why can't I
for
think
Gwyneth
of her
Paltrow's
name?
character's name.
I can't think of her name.
They'd call her Sarah Jessica Parker.
Do you want me to tell you what her name was?
Yeah, I do.
Pepper Potts.
Pepper Potts. That's right, Pepper.
I was so close.
I said Piper. I was like as close as you could
So
be.
close.
Well,
Penny was Inspector Gadget's niece.
yeah, and Peggy's short for Margarita, so suck it.
How do you get there?
Interesting story. I've looked it up once and mostly forgotten it, but I'll tell you what I don't really remember super well and say it like it's fact, so we all feel good about it. You know, they were like, Margarita, you know what that sounds like? Pretty close to Peggy.
Is that was the least amount of effort I've ever seen you put into any kind of bullshit answer that you've
It
come
really
up with.
fucking was. And honestly,
Yeah.
it was great to witness.
What about Margarita? That would be a good horse name.
That would be a good horse.
Yeah. Is it Margarita?
No. It does start with an M.
Okay, all right, we're getting somewhere. Mega Man.
Matador.
No.
Matador's a good one.
Magic Missile, the horse.
No. That's a
Magikarp.
great name. That's what you should have named Pony.
good- that's
because
what I
she
should
is
have
basically
fucking-
like casting magic missile at everything.
Accurate, yeah. It should have been Magic Missile. I fucked up.
Is it one word or is it two words?
2 words.
It's 2 words. Okay, Mr.
No.
It's a bit
Monsieur.
Did you say it correctly? The name for the character in DC, not.
I don't know. I'm not sure. That's why I said it so quietly.
It sounded like you did.
Mr. Mitsapitlik.
Nope. Okay.
What is it?
Mix it Spitlick.
Nope. Yeah, didn't get it right. What's like a bug that starts with an M?
Mantis.
Mantis. That's a good one.
That was really fast.
That was really fast.
She's like, duh, fucker. Idiot.
You know what? Hold on. Watch this one. What's a bird that starts with an M?
There's so fucking many. We could
Yeah,
we could be here all day.
Stalling. Because you couldn't get it as fast as
no,
Mantis.
no, Tim, not a starling. A starling is not start with M.
Yeah, it starts with an S.
I can't think of a single bird that starts with M. Like not
Indigo bunting.
Yeah. A mean
Mountain
fisher.
bluebird. Duh.
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 I thought we were doing a bit. I didn't realize we were really trying to find birds with M names.
No, I thought we were doing a bit too.
Yeah, me 3.
Okay, we're gonna have to go to word association on this.
Oh,
one.
are we? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Sure. Yep.
Please.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Please.
We can. So this is two words.
Okay.
The first word, what's your name, boy?
Is that what, like Tato? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that from? Are we saying it's that one? Is that real?
Why can't I think of? I thought his name was like Perry, but it's not. It's
No, it's like McGuire or something like that. Or what's your name? Fucking Tato is all I'll ever think.
I don't know.
It's the most common Irish last name.
Yeah, I don't
Murphy.
know what that is.
Murphy.
There you go.
Murphy.
There we
That's
go.
what it is. It was
Murphy.
Murphy.
Murphy's
All right.
Law.
No, but
Fuck.
I like that. I wish that was the horse's name.
I feel like it's a real horse name.
Murphy from RoboCop. That's 3 words.
2 words. Murphy from RoboCop.
Yeah.
Murphy. Okay, sorry. That and the other.
Oil.
No. And the second word is gosh, if Tim were to refer to the first person, he's referring to
Me. Adam.
So is it like Murphy me, Murphy mine, something like that? First person Tim is referring to, like on his health certificate, like who's his emergency contact?
no. No, Alex. No, don't
Do you
don't
mean
complicate
the
this.
The first person to ever exist, or first person as in grammar?
As in you.
Murphy I.
Murphy.
Murphy meets him.
Murphy, meet him. Wait, why
That's
is it just
definitely
me?
a
Why is
sexual thing. No, any male.
Murphy him? Murphy.
Murphy
going on
he?
that. Nope. Go back.
Murphy
Murphy
his?
himself. Murphy
Thank
himself.
you. Yes.
Yeah.
That's not right.
Oh, boy.
That's not right.
Well, it is, Alex.
He shouldn't Murphy himself.
Oh.
Oh, I thought you just disagreed with the answer.
No.
And I was like, damn.
No, it was with the sexual nature of his name.
Oh. All right. Okay.
Okay, what's horse number 3?
Yeah, let's fail miserably at a third one.
I can't wait. Horse number 3 is an event horse that successfully competed at the highest level of the sport. He stood 16.1 hands high.
So do they all.
Right?
It's my
Danger
Danger
Mouse.
Mouse.
No, that wasn't. It was Dynamo. That was because Pete should never ride a horse less than 16 too.
Fisher Chipmunk.
No.
Gray Goose.
No.
AP Prime.
No.
I've done all the work I can do here today without any more clues.
Okay. Would you like more clues?
I would love one.
Okay. With rider Bruce Davidson,
Yeah, fuck
this
that guy.
horse
This
won the Fair Hill
motherfucker.
CCI 3-star and the badminton horse trials, becoming the first of only 2 American horses to win the event.
Okay, we can't just do a bunch of mutant stuff again. We have to do something different.
We
this
can
time.
do mutant stuff. Get out.
Wait, does that mean it's a mutant name?
Not
The Blob.
necessarily, no.
The
Juggernaut.
The Blob is a great horse name.
Yeah.
I would get like
You get a
the
really fat
fittest,
horse.
fastest horse.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
And you call him the Blob?
I want to
Yeah.
get that baby horse that I sent to you the other day, Alex, and I would call that horse the Blob. That was a
That's-
thick boy or girl. I didn't see.
Can't believe. I didn't. Listen, there
That
was nothing
poor
to see
mother.
past beyond his fucking massive body.
Yeah,
that poor
And
mother. He was. Yeah, what?
I'm sorry, I just had a thought, and I don't mean to interrupt.
THOT?
It's just it got out my brain really fast. But what do you think Senator Kelly thinks of the Ninja Turtles?
Ooh, that's a good question.
They weren't born that way.
But they are mutants.
Yeah, but they
They are
can't like
mutants.
walk through walls. Like I don't know that they fit his
Yeah.
platform of danger.
Yeah.
They probably do though,
Right?
because they're just other.
I mean, they're other, but like he tried to run on a platform of like mutants are dangerous. And like I feel like really tall turtles that kind of know ninja skills aren't like the threat to security, to national security that like teleportation and Shadowcat's powers and mind control are, which I feel like was the plan. Okay.
Are you being a Senator
Morally-
Kelly apologist right now?
No, I think morally he would object, but like if he had to stick to the platform that he ran on, he couldn't do shit about the Ninja Turtles.
I think
But
that
it-
Senator Kelly and Mondo Gecko is the buddy cop movie that I need. I bet you he would hate Baxter Stockman, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You guys want another clue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Artist Jean Clagett commemorated this horse and Davidson in bronze, jumping over the head of the lake obstacle at the Rolex Kentucky 3-Day.
Yeah, I've
The
climbed all over
sculpture-
that statue.
Yeah, the sculpture was mounted at the Kentucky Horse Park during the 2007 Rolex 3-Day.
Fuck yeah.
So what's the name, Alex?
I don't know. I've read the fucking
Did you-
black, but I've been drunk every time, Tim. Every
You guys,
time.
you want the last clue?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
This horse is one of the only horses to complete the 4-star course at badminton with no jump penalties and no time penalties 4 times.
Fucking damn, bro.
Fucking damn, bro.
Fucking damn, bro.
So this is like the goat.
Yeah, this is like one of the goats of horses for sure. But again, I've been drunk every time I've read that fucking plaque.
Flaming Carrot.
No.
Dude, you know what would be a great horse name?
This one.
Is
this
well,
horse.
okay, this one, but secondarily to this horse would be filet mignon.
That's pretty funny. I do
A
like that.
beef colored minion. It's not yellow. It's beef colored.
Wait, do you think beef is yellow?
Why would you?
No. I think minions. Minions are yellow.
Oh, we got there. Okay.
I see. You were reversing the things. I thought that you were colorblind and we were going to reveal it live.
A beef colored minion. Filet minion. That would I would get Hellraiser vibes. The Lament configuration.
No.
Daisy cutter.
No.
Don't know.
Bruce Davidson rides a lot of horses.
So, like 17 a day.
Every horse, pretty much.
Yeah, all the horses. Yeah.
People go to their stables and they're like, "Where's my horse?" And then they'll go out to the ring, and it's just Bruce Davidson's just riding their horse.
Yeah. It's his horse now.
Yep.
Captain Phillips.
Instead of like telling them, like looking at them and doing the thing, and it's like, "You look at me, I'm the horse rider now." He like goes to the specific letters in the ring and spells it out for them.
Yeah, and spells it out like
And just
a giant
expects
ass,
them to get it.
like a living Ouija board.
Dude, that would be a fucking
A
rad as
Luigi
hell
board.
escape room thing.
That's a
You had to ride a horse across a Ouija board?
Well, sure.
I think you could just spell out a code using like dressage, and people are like, "Why the fuck am I here?"
Except on people like us who would be like, "Ha ha!"
Yeah, exactly. Be like, "Wow, you got that so fast," and we'd be like, "Ha ha, you fool!"
You've played right into our hands.
I am going to need
Word association.
word association for this
Sweet.
Bruce Davidson horse.
2-word name.
Okay.
Okay.
If you were to take a mythical creature and break it down into 2 main parts.
Top half
Horse.
person,
Bottom half human.
horse.
No.
Your centaur is upside down.
Back half of horse costume.
Minotaur?
No.
Back half of horse costume. And the light.
If
No.
we were going to take a mythical creature and break it down into 2 parts,
Yeah.
does this creature have 2 parts to begin with?
Snake hair and then the rest of
Like,
Medusa.
yeah, like what are we doing? What are we doing here? How do you want this creature split?
Like King Solomon.
Like hot dog or hamburger?
Like, who cares about it the most?
Oh, a baby.
Whichever person this mythical creature crawls to is the one that it should look
It's like what, fucking Airbud style? I love it when they Airbud the Bible.
on.
I love the idea that Airbud is your mythological creature.
That's, when you need to split something in half and it has to go to the one it loves, Airbud.
I just who's ever even seen a golden retriever?
No one.
I don't
No
know. They may
one.
not be real.
I don't think they are.
You're going to start Golden Retriever Girls, the podcast.
Yep.
If
I'm
you
still
split-
I'm still confused as to how we're splitting this creature.
Yeah.
Like it's a mythical creature that would be made up of 2 non-mythical creatures, right?
Okay, so bull in
Okay.
person
But not that.
or horse in person.
But not that.
Fish in person.
Mermaid.
No.
Yeah.
The person's not part of it.
It's not, it's just 2, griffin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe.
Actually, I think that's like 4 things,
Well,
right?
not really. So how would you
Manticore?
No. Now go
Okay.
back. Roll it back.
Griffin.
Okay,
Got
how
it.
would you split that?
Lion and
Griff.
bird.
And in.
Cut off wings have regular lion,
It
but I don't think
can't,
so. I
listen,
think there's like a
it
third
can't
part
be,
to the
we can't split the
griffin.
animal and call like eagle and lion, because then Jenna would have just said the animal. Why would we go through the fucking route of going to the mythical creature? It has to be the fucking name.
It's a hippogriff. But that's how I would split it.
No, you fucking what?
Hippogriff is fucking horse and a bird. Get out, Alex. You already said the thing, but you didn't say it like no.
Griff out.
No. I'm about to griff out.
Eagle and lion.
Eagle and lion.
Now take one word out of that.
It's not an eagle. It's a
lion.
red-tailed hawk.
Eagle
Shut
lion.
up, Tim.
Lion
Thank
eagle.
you.
Eagle lion or lion eagle.
Jesus.
Eagle lion or lion eagle.
We're done. Good. We're done.
Red-tailed hawk is part of a griffin. That's going to be my conspiracy theory, is that it's actually a red-tailed hawk.
Get out. Get out right now.
What did you even say? Eagle lion?
Or lion eagle. One of the two.
Is eagle lion? It's eagle lion.
But is it like eagle eyeing? Like you're looking at it really good? You're eagle
Like
lion?
he's fucking telling tales out of school.
It's eagle lion.
Yeah, eagle lion.
Nope.
That's what I do
Because
when I
he's
see a cupcake.
eagle.
I'm eagle eyeing that cupcake.
I'm gonna shut my computer now.
Tooth tiger.
Get out. You get out right now. I've been vindicated multiple times by people who understood what I was getting at.
We never said saber. What are you even talking about, saber?
Fucking 3 seconds before that. Saber.
It was minutes. It was minutes at least.
Is that your defense?
It was not
It was whole
multiple
minutes.
It was not multiple minutes. That's for fucking sure.
It was at least a minute and 20 some odd seconds.
If you were to take that minute and 20 seconds and you were to split it, how would you split it? Actually,
Griff
this
on.
Oh,
That's how.
Griff on-
No,
if you
Tim's
would
approaching some real fucking shit show stuff right now. Where Tim and
That's when.
But
No, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. You go ahead.
which one of us?
You, Alex. You were going to tell the story.
Oh, of how to split dice rolls? Is how
Yes.
you do this?
yeah, I was gonna say, are you
Yes.
gonna split it or
Yeah, or half it, which are
Yeah.
two completely different things.
They're entirely different.
According to who?
According to Austin,
Yes.
friend of the show, maybe enemy of the show, Austin. And Tim and I had a full-blown co-meltdown over that conversation because he was explaining it poorly too. Because what he was like trying to say was like, yeah, if you like take your dice rolls, if you need a D12 and you have two D6s, you can like take it and you can either stack it or you can split it. And he was trying to explain the different ways to add up the totals. And Tim and I were like, you can't, you divide, like you're just dividing it. You're just dividing it every time. We were like an hour in before we figured out what the fuck Austin was talking about.
To be fair, I was listening to the recording and also having the argument along with you. Understanding that Austin couldn't hear me from my side. Neither could either of you. And that's okay. I really felt heard.
I think that the ire was felt, and that's the important part.
It's like, I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was something to the effect of you don't split it, you separate it into smaller pieces.
I think he said divide. You don't split it, you divide it. And we're like,
That's
that
exactly
is
what
the
it was.
same
That's what-
thing.
Yeah, that's the same thing. But that was his explanation. You don't split it, you divide it.
That's when I
What?
realized that he thinks in pictures and we think in logic.
You know who else thinks in logic?
Who?
Our patrons.
Including us?
Yeah, including us, because we all got to hear Casey's recap for Harrow.
We did.
This is the special club that our patrons are in.
Oh my God,
that
that
everybody
recap
should
was
join.
so fucking good.
Yeah.
So good.
It's the best thing that's ever happened, I think.
I think so.
Would you like the second best thing?
Yes.
That would be Moose Jaw McGraw, Big Thick Martingale, and Beta Ray Philly, which are our metal horses in the frickin' barn. That's right, but it's not just us, because you know when Tim mentioned a second ago patrons, I feel like that was him Paul blurting his way into Hot Lava SpaghettiOs from Nate, Dale Donuts the Third from Steve, Dimebag from Matt Ellman, marital combat from Catastrophe, who just got married. Congratulations. Oh my God.
Hey.
Yeah. And had a very cool shirt. It's amazing. Glue Factory from Bean. Pony Hawk from Olivia. Second L from Lost Dimey. Back to more important things, Johannes Equestrian from Rob N, who's been joining like all of our streams and has been extremely cool. So thank you for that. And Ronnie from Scott. And this brings our podcast to an end, similarly to the way that rich asshole ended Briar Ridge, or whatever the hell it was called. It's over now. Thank you for listening to Horse Girls. If you want to know when new episodes are posted or share your observations of this positively academic podcast, follow us on Facebook at Horse Girls Podcast, Twitter and Instagram at Horse Girls Cast. If you want to buy some radical shirts and things, visit duckduckjenna.com, America's most beloved search engine to search for one thing, and that's merch from this very show. Do you want to take a relationship to the next level? Do you want that metal horse? Do you want us to read your horse's name in a cool metal voice every time? You can do that. Go to horsegirls.club or patreon.com/horsegirls or even singlethoughtconnection.com, THOT, where we have a veritable plethora of things to offer you, like content, but more importantly, horses in the barn. I don't know if I can say more importantly anymore after Casey's recap of Harrow, but I'll continue to assert that. If you want to find us on other podcasts, you can. Do you like TTRPGs? Check out Dungeons and Dragon Beams, Late Starters, and Dragon Knight Adventure Friends. Knight without a K, with an N. Get it straight. Do you like Animorphs? Check out Animorphs Anonymous. Surprise! We also do Surprise Deck Book Club. If you were betwitched by Jenna, check out Jenna's Twitch at twitch.tv/JennaChill with one singular L. And if you put the second L in anywhere but Google, I will hold a grudge against you for all of eternity, particularly if you decide to name your metal horse the second L and then have a name with two L's, a personal affront to me, a human being. And I will hold that grudge forever. And then one day I will see you in person and I will glare at you and you will know everything you have ever done wrong. And it's this. If you, like me, can't get enough of Tim's beautiful voice, he has voice acted on such podcasts as The Way We Haunt Now. And if you think our episode art is hella cute, that's because it is. And it was created by KCD, who writes and illustrates a webcomic called B-Side You, which you can read for free at bsideyoucomic.com. May the nuts ever stick to your roof.